Okay, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Carolina Panthers. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
Let's go! 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Fair. Let's go. You get it.
Switch gears.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the
General West.
check
Step.
Switch.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Greer and the Panthers set to go 1st and 10 at their own 18.
Check. 49.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
All day.
On 2nd and 7, Greer. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Go.
I got motion man. Me. I got
On third down, Sawyer. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check. Hot.
Go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Kill.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Nicholson. And that's caught by Smith. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 21.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, Nicholson, and that's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock it.
Bring it. Hey, check 24. Check 24. What here?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. From the gun, Nicholson. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss it.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. 20. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun, Nicholson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Nicholson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at the 10. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
13 yards on the play. That's another Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
I don't think you got it, son. Hold up. 57's the mic. Let it go.
On 1st and 10, Kyle eluding the pressure right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Check three.
Hey! Shoot!
They'll try the left side. Sawyer. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal at the Saints' 3-yard line.
They come out here in the I. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Take 3. 2-18. Ready?
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've gotten it to the 1. Can they get that final yard here on 3rd and goal? They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They run the counter. It's Potter. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on 3rd down. Nicholson. And Tate's got it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. Yeah, he'll find Hall. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
50, plant. Hey, Haywood, let's go.
Back to throw. Nicholson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
5.
Operating from the gun. Nicholson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 44-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking to throw. Nicholson. He's got Smith here. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our 1st half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a 1st down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Off the play fake. Nicholson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley made his way into the backfield.
But enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Misses right down the middle as he puts it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Take four.
On 1st and 10, Greer. Flush to his right. Oh, now he'll try and chuck it deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
2nd and 10. Here's Greer again. The throw taken in by Cole. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Well, that second down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long.
Hey, high 7. Let's go.
On 3rd and long, here's Greer. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
Incomplete. It's 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
57's the mic. Rock 57. Let's go, D.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sawyer. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check.
From the gun on third down, Greer. Got his target, Samuel. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
The catch, deservedly so, is going to get a lot of credit, but even more so because there's a defender there ready to make a play.
Yeah, just flat out muscled on that one. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
They're running it.
Now a give, right side. Sawyer. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped.
55, Mike, 55.
Look at me. Zipper.
Every day. Any day.
They'll keep it on the ground. Sawyer. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. Ancient Gator. They're going to need some therapy after this.
To throw on 2nd down. Kyle. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Lightning speed that time from the corner. Marshawn Lattimore getting the sack. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Hey, wahoo! Ready?
Greer operating from the gun. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Greg Zuerlein. We all remember the 57-yarder that sent the Rams to the Super Bowl. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. I'm coming after you. 57, go.
Greer on 1st down. This throw over the middle, taken in by Cole. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down. Greer now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Hey, Alpha. 55, Mike 50, go. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. Big river.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, exit.
From the 22, Greer. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett, his 2nd sack of the night. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just 1 big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're 1 big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Rock it.
From the gun, Nicholson. And he's got his tight end, that's Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Ready? 60 outlaw. Hey, man. Shoot.
Operating from the gun, Nicholson. He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
The Saints on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Nicholson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hall. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 41-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll run it now out of the gun. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Saints on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Nicholson. The open man is Smith. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Nicholson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter. They've got the football back.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down.
At the 3-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or.
Watch tight end. Out. Far down.
Hey, Zoo.
55.
Now it's Greer. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. The Panthers have the 1st. It's a gain of 12. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
Let's go. 50, plant.
5. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Ready. 70, Indy.
Check the hot read. Check nickel. Check the backer.
Smoke.
Check 55.
Ready, go.
Check 55 to mine.
Shoot.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Greer, quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this fourth quarter.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. 55.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
Ready.
Throwing on third down, Greer. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right?
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times and 8 chances. This is 3rd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers.
Saints first down.
Throwing on first down. Nicholson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
Second down.
No, check that. We got Mike 52 right here. 52.
Hey, orbit.
52.
Back to throw. Nicholson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it, and the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
No gain on the play there, second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room.